Okay. I'm speaking right now and okay, cool. We are live. Where do we begin? Do we begin with what we have? Well, anyways. Hello everyone. My name is Simon Preston and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. Really appreciate it. Before we address the title of this video, first, let us have a look at what Michail Antonio said in a statement, as he will not be reporting to Austin, Texas for international duty for the Reggae Boys. Here is the statement from Michail Antonio. He says, and I quote, "Good evening. Hope you all can hear me well. I can confirm that, unfortunately, I will not be joining up with the Jamaican national squad for the World Cup qualifying matches this week. Myself, West Ham United, and Jamaica have all agreed that, given the logistical and travel difficulties involved at present, it is better for me to remain with the club in London at this time. I remain fully committed to Jamaica and look forward to representing my country in the future." That, my friends, is the latest from Michail Gregory Antonio, the 31-year-old. So, guys, don't forget to like this video. Michail Antonio will not be reporting for the games against the United States, Canada, and Honduras. According to JFF team manager of the Reggae Boys, Roy Simpson, a decision is still to be made if there'll be replacements, if they're going to be calling a place of the squad to replace Pinnock, Moore, now Antonio to the squad. So the JFF is going to, the coaching staff is going to analyze the circumstances after this evening's training session, and afterwards they'll decide if they'll be calling up any new players to the squad. Of course, it's going to be difficult to get somebody from England because they have to act like right away. You have to get them a PCR test and then a flight. And then when they come to Austin, Texas, it's going to be like Wednesday night. So the easiest thing to do would be to call up somebody that is already based in the United States. I don't think when you're traveling from one state to the other that you need a PCR test. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think one needs a PCR test from one state to the next. You know what? I'm wrong. Once you're going on an airplane traveling, even a domestic flight, you're going to need a PCR test. So we could call up Lamar Walker in the situation of Daniel Johnson's situation. In terms of the holding midfield option, we could call up Kevin Lambert. He's in the United States as well, not too far from Texas or Austin in particular. So I'm thinking any replacement might be a player that's plying his trade in North America. That's my best guess. From Europe, I doubt it, honestly. I doubt that they'll make it for the Canada game. Guys, we're less than 50 hours until kickoff for the USA game, you know. Let's not forget that. We're less than 50 hours away from kickoff. So if we wanted to call up Michael Hector has to go and get a PCR test and has to wait a couple of hours for the results, then get a flight and then transit. And by the time he arrives, it's Thursday morning. So that is a scenario that we're presented ourselves with. So what did Michail Antonio get in terms of a message from manager of West Ham United, David Moyes? Well, David Moyes said to Michail Antonio, "Michail, I think it's important that you stay here at West Ham United because we have Europa League coming back after the international break. And we need 2 more victories to get to the round of 32 of the competition. So it's important that you stay here. You can go play for Jamaica in November, as you only have 2 games in November. But if you go now for Jamaica, that's 3 games. Because as you know, in the November window of World Cup qualifying, Jamaica will play El Salvador on November 12th and against the United States on November 16th. So it's 2 games in the November window, not 3. So David Moyes is more telling Antonio, go for the November window. That's essentially what David Moyes, the manager of West Ham United, has told Michail Antonio. So that is the situation there. So that is the latest in this particular scenario. Yep. Marlon Foster said, good evening, bro. Good evening. Courtney Buchanan, what's going on with the Reggae Boyz? OMG. Yeah, it is what it is, my friend. That's why you need depth and depth and depth and depth. Because I said this about 1,000,005 times. There will be injuries. There will be suspensions. Players will lose their passports. Players will have their passports expiring. Players will catch COVID. And players will even lose their minds. So for me, honestly, going into a World Cup qualifying cycle, you need a 50-man pool. Minimum. That, for me, is what is required. Without it, you're not going to go anywhere. Marlon Foster says, will he play in the next match? By the next match, if you mean Canada or Honduras? No. Hot Chili says, so many players not coming. Yeah. Marlon Foster, what about Nico? Nico Brett? I would call up Nico Brett. He's in Birmingham Legion, which is not far from Texas. Not far. SMM Ja says, Simon, bless up. Something doesn't seem right in the JFF Jano. Look, guys, on this channel, I'm not gonna speculate. I'm just gonna give you the hard truth. I'm not gonna speculate. Of course, I have an opinion, and of course it holds value and it matters. And I will give you my opinion. But let's deal with the facts. And the facts are this. We do have injuries. We do have suspensions. And the truth is, regarding Antonio, is that he was advised by David Moyes that November he should come. I know a lot of people will be questioning that release that he sent when he said that he still remains committed to Jamaica. But if you remain committed to Jamaica, why aren't you coming for October? Because these are World Cup qualifiers. It's not like it's a friendly or a CONCACAF Nations League game. These are World Cup qualifiers. So, where you there? Where you there? So, for me, that is just a big blunder. That's what I feel. Yeah. John A says Brett. Yeah, Nico Brett. I agree. Johnny says Simon Trans ran out of hope. What about Jamal Lowe? I think he has arrived in Texas. I feel that something is not right too. Says Marlon Foster. Johnny says, do you think Tapa interview has anything to do with this? I don't think so. No. I am not spreading propaganda. Zaba HD. I am not spreading propaganda. It is true that players are still owed money by the JFF. But that is not the overarching reason why Antonio has not turned up to international duty. Eddie Guna says at least Antonio fit for FPL. Yep, captain game week 8. John Lopez says Alex Marshall call up. He's in Canada, so he's not far from Texas, so that possibility remains. Simon, Tapper open up him mouth and the man dem I hear him. I know, and I know about that interview that was done. But like I said, I wouldn't say that that is the reason why Antonio is not here. The reason why Antonio is not here is because David Moyes said, stay put. Princess Simon Sup, with all of these injuries, it's like everything is going against us right now. That's the impression some may give, but for me, I still believe that there's quality in the squad. And I still believe that there is quality in this squad to get a point against the Americans, even with our what some may describe as paltry midfield. But in my match preview tomorrow, I will share with you guys my starting 11 to face the United States in the World Cup qualifiers. And let me tell you something, it's going to be a very, very good team that I'm going to put out. I'll tell you that from now. And it all depends on who will be joining up the squad tomorrow, because there might be some names that will come into the squad for Liam Moore and Pinnock. So we'll wait and see how that goes. But certainly, I believe in the quality that is to come for sure. I'm looking forward to it. The only hint I can give you is that I've not gone with a three at the back. Alfred Hines says David Moyes is not happy Michail Antonio is playing for Jamaica. He wanted him to represent England. I don't think David Moyes cares that he wants to that he wanted to represent England. I don't think he cares. He's a Scotsman, and look, the Scots don't like us. So Marlon Foster says, I feel that the local based players were saying things about the UK players in front of their face, and Tapa did nothing about it. I don't think so. No. There's no division amongst the Jamaican born and the UK born players. No. Tika Chemist, the only thing that will change is that you're going to have some windows where you'll have 2 games instead of 3. So in that sense, the logistics will slightly change. Not significantly, but marginally. So that will be the only sort of adjustment. So you'll have FIFA windows with 2 games instead of 3 games. Eddie Guna says, is it true that JFF asking all English-based players to pay their way? It is an absolute and adulterated lie that the JFF is asking players to pay their tickets. The only thing that the JFF has asked players to pay is their PCR tests, and the JFF reimburse them once they turn up to camp. But never has a player been told, oh, come play for it, and you are buy a ticket. Not this cycle. Simon, who replaced Daniel Johnson in midfield? Team manager of the Reggae Boyz, Roy Simpson, says a decision will be made this evening if a replacement will be named. And we still have to wait on Parliament to see what Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, and the Minister of Sport, Olivia Babsy-Grange, say regarding fans at the National Stadium for the Canada game on Sunday. As we know, they're trying to get 2,000 vaccinated fans into the grandstand and another 12,000 in the bleachers. So they're trying to get 14,000 fans altogether at the National Stadium for the game against Canada. So that is still up in the air. Yeah. John Lopez said they should call up Paris. And I understand because Paris is doing well, but think about this, Lopez. You call up Paris right now. Bring, bring. Paris, we need to call you up. And then he says, okay. Paris has to go get a PCR test. I have to wait. Even if you have an expedited PCR test, 12 hours. Let him take a flight. He lives Eastern Europe. End up in America. And guess what? He arrives in America hours, literally hours before kickoff. I'm not going to say, does that make sense? But I'm going to say, what sort of frame of mind is he going to be in? Will he be adjusted to the time zone? Alfred Hines says, Pinnock have no interest in Jamaica. Let him stay where he is. Stop begging these players represent Jamaica. Now, Alfred, I've been completely frank with my viewers that You could have named Lionel Messi. If you don't want to play for Jamaica, go on. Go on. Ivan Toney, go on. Take away yourself. Social distancing. Troy Deeney, Dwight Gale, Darren Pratley, all at uno can go on. Take away on yourself. Go. You hear me say? Go. Go. So what happened with Bell? Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing has happened to Amari Bell. Marlon Foster says, I don't think the players have the motivation to play for Tapa. They shouldn't be playing for the manager, they should be playing for the country. That's what international football is about. You play for the country, you play for the badge. You play for the country of your birth or heritage. So it should be all about passion, blood, sweat. That's what it should be about when it comes to international football. It shouldn't be about playing for the manager. Even if Sir Alex Ferguson is the coach of Jamaica, I'm not playing for Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm playing for Jamaica, playing for my country. It shouldn't be about who is the manager, who is the head coach. I'm representing my team, my country of birth, the land of my parents' birth. Courtney Buchanan, I'm starting to wonder if this could cause a ripple effect with foreign-based players because they already believe that we do not appreciate foreign-born Jamaican descendant players. Look, I don't think this will affect players in the future. I don't think this is going to slow down getting UK-born players into the national setup. But I will say, and I'll repeat myself, that we have to cut out the xenophobia. Cut it out now. Like, really, really cut it out. Teddy Lee Gray, I hope you're doing well. I saw the video that you did on me. I appreciate constructive criticism. And as you know, the type of character that I am, I strive for continuous improvement. So big up yourself. I appreciate it. And I'll continue to strive for more. Guys, there's over 100 of you. Go ahead and give this video a massive thumbs up. And I'll tell you in detail what David Moyes said to Michail Antonio. 100 likes, and I will tell you what David Moyes said to Michail Antonio. 100 likes. Let's go. Okay. Princess Javaine Brown in CDM with Speedy. No. I wouldn't do that. I have Javaine Brown to play on the field, but not in that position. Teddy Lee Gray says Lamar Walker, Kevin Lambert, Jordan Scarlett. At the start of my video, I said Lamar Walker, Kevin Lambert because they're obviously in the United States. They're close by. Nico Brett. Forward. Darren Mattox is scoring goals, but for me, Nico Brett fired from left, right, and center. If you want a midfielder, Kennard Forbes. If we're going to make some additions to the squad to replace what we have, we're going to have to do so from what's in the North American region because the guys from Europe, remember, because of COVID, you're going to need a PCR test. They're going to have to stop in 5-6 different locations on transit flights. And by the time they arrive in Austin, Texas, it's a mere 2 hours before kickoff. So might as well then just come for the Canada game and the Honduras game. But for the USA game, which is on US soil, use the USL or MLS-based players or even the guys from the Canadian Premier League. Nicholas Hamilton. Add him to the depth for the squad. Nicholas Hamilton. Nico Brett. Midfield. Kennard Forbes. Greetings, Amarty McCoy. Like I said, guys, 100 likes. Courtney Johnson, sorry, I just came on. What's the deal with Antonio? The deal is that manager of West Ham United, David Moyes, told Antonio that he should rest. because West Ham United have a heavy plate of matches with Europa League coming up, because another couple of victories and they're in the round of 32 of the competition. So he should use this time to rest. Mr. Gallagher said Casey Palmer should replace Daniel Johnson. Come on, man, JFF. If Casey Palmer is not on a flight by Wednesday morning, it's not going to make any sense. Amarty McCoy says maybe it's what Coach Whitmore said in that interview that is causing this. Honestly, I don't think the interview has a bearing with Antonio deciding to come or not. No. I don't think you can watch that Sportsmax interview outside of the Caribbean, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Mark says if you're not 100% committed, go on. Yeah, you could have named Lionel Messi, you could have named Maradona, you could have named Pele, you could have named CR7. If you're not committed, take away yourself. Social distancing. Me no want to par with you. Me no want to par with you. Honestly, it shames me to say it, but even if you name Reese Nelson, even if you have that name, I'm not saying that Reese is telling Jamaica no or this and that, but I'm just saying, no matter who you be, if you're not committed, then go on. Because I don't want you. Courtney McCannon has doubts about our World Cup qualifying campaign. Well, like I've always said to you guys, 2026 should always have been our aim. But again, 2016 when Coach Whitmore took the job, he knew that qualifiers were going to come for 2022, 3-4 years down the road because of COVID-5. So with the 2 World Cups, with the 2 Nations Leagues, with a handful of friendlies in between all of that, those would have been the perfect, absolutely perfect occasion to blood the players in. Moore, Pinnock, Bell, Johnson, Ravel. Ravel got his Jamaican passport from 2018, 2019, and he didn't make his debut for Jamaica until November 2020. Just think about that. John Lopez says, who would you call up instead of Michail Antonio? If I had to call up one player right now, honestly, he'll be one of 3 players. Mattox, Brett, or Hamilton. Personally, I would go with Brett because Mattox is just starting to get the engine revved up back in professional football. November, Mattox would be in my picture. But right now, Nico Brett, everything that man touches turns to a goal. His big toe, his nose, his eyelashes, his shoulder, anything is going to end up in the back of the net. Guys, look, there's a World Cup qualifying cycle, and you're going to need depth. You're going to need depth. And that's exactly what we need. DJ Veneto, Nico is on form. Perfect opportunity for him. Yeah. Absolutely. Teddy Lee Gray says, up. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Teddy Lee Gray. Big up yourself. Foreman Sports says, how can Antonio say he's committed and then turn his back on us when you need him the most? Yeah, I addressed that earlier because you say that you still remain committed, yet at the same time, you don't turn up for 3 World Cup qualifiers. So, yeah. Can we call up Fred to the national team? His wife is not Jamaican, so no. If you guys can tell Jack Harrison of Leeds United to get engaged to his wife, then yeah, we could get him a Jamaican passport. But any questions, guys? Drop them in. Vincent Alvarado. Hey Simon, it feels like for many of these recent English-based commits, if it's even slightly inconvenient for them to play for Jamaica, they'll bail. Very unfortunate. Honestly, guys, if it wasn't for COVID, you guys know that you wouldn't have 3 games in a window because FIFA ensures that you have 2 games in a window. 3 in the space of 8 days. To be honest with you, I still find it a lot, and I think players are complaining about that aspect. Mattox can replace Antonio. He's based in Texas, a few hours from Austin. Yeah, I know. Nico Burt is not far as well. Hector, Wes Harding should have been named. Yeah. Suppose Low get another yellow card. Then yeah, then Jamoy Topi. I really think the JFA should focus on North American players, says Vincent Alvarado. Yeah, there's quality there. We have Nick Hines, who could be a backup left back to Taxi, and he's playing, guess where? In Texas. Austin Bold. Aiden Pierce, we're still going to win these games, even with the players we have. Eh. Prince says, what is your honest prediction? What on these 3 games? On these 3 games, 4 points. Corey McCann says, I mean to say we need to invest in Jamaican young youth academy players. Go and watch the video I did on Cavalier. Today I did an interview with Paul Maxwell, the technical director of youth teams at Cavalier. I think Joey Desart has a niggling injury that he's battling right now. Ray John Star says, bless up Simon. Why is he the only player from West Ham Moyes tell to stay in this window? 9 hour flight, different time zone, versus the other European players that are just flying a couple of hours, versus a man that is going to take up himself 9 hour flight, jet lag, train, play, travel, play, travel, play, fly back to England, arrive Friday night, the day before West Ham United plays a big game in the Premier League. Albert Hines, I'm wondering where our World Qualifiers campaign is going. Bad Guy says Antonio West only top striker. That's obvious. The Formula Sports says I initially thought that he was throwing Ravel under the bus. No. Yankee Graham says how the meeting go with the FIFA about the World Cup cycles, 4 year, 2 years. They couldn't come to an agreement with it because there's still mixed views about the matter. So a vote is supposed to be held at the end of this year, but as it relates to that actual decision, no final decision has been made just yet. But it's basically split down the middle between member associations wanting the 2 year versus the 4 year. I don't think Jamaica is in the two is agreeing in the 2 year cycle. Do you believe Shamar Nicholson will score? You'll see my match preview tomorrow, guys. But he does have a good record against USA. The friendly match, he scored. Gold Cup semi-final against USA, he also scored as well. So yeah. Vincent Alvarado says, this was always a risk of going after a guy on the wrong side of 30. The JFF needs to double efforts on getting youngsters into the fold. Keita Taylor Hart. Malachi Sharp. Ethan Laird. Damani Mello. Dishon Bernard. Perfect opportunities to do just so. Tapper made the mistake by not grooming Topi, McGee, Vassell, Walker, and Javane Brown from 2019. Some of those players, they continued in the Nations League, but some of them disappeared. How are the replacements for 5 players that's missing? Those are yet to be named. So at this point in time, those have not been named. Charlie Hines says if Tapa doesn't get a win or at least a draw out of the USA game, then Tapa should pack his Dulcimania. Well, guess what? Tapa is not going to resign. The only way Tapa is leaving is if he's fired. He is not resigning. Prince says Alvas looked horrible last match. I hope Javane starts. Alvas needs to be fit for 90 minutes. Vince Alvarado says just on the DM side, if Jamaica call up Desart and Tevin Shaw, that would help a lot. If Desart was fit, yeah. How is Gray paperwork going? Damari Gray? He still can't find that last piece of document. Melvin Levy says up Simon. Bottlefield says West Ham have South American players. That's a long flight. It's not 9 hours. Brazil to England is not 9 hours. But I get your point. Argentina is a long flight. I understand your point there. But these are players that travel in comfort. Absolute comfort. Red carpet treatment from the Argentine Football Federation. Can Demar Gray please get his documents finished? You want to help him go and find his grandfather document? Go ahead. Take a British Airways flight, go to London, take the train up to Leicester. Take the train up to Liverpool, stop at Liverpool Lime Street, and go in a taxi, go to Goodison Park, find Damari and say, hey Damari lad, do you need any help getting the documents of your grandfather? Like, if you want to help him sift through holy papers, then fine. The championship prize as JFF can be nobody. What's the point of calling anyone in the players? Do you think Blair Turgot's returns then after these departures? Maybe. Saw some Instagram stories seeing the team is reaching camp. Yeah, 18 players in camp. I think if Antonio doesn't come, he should call it a day. No. I know about Lanzini. DeMar Gray not going to play for us, says Nathan. I don't know. Maybe. Imagine having Ole and Tapa coaching your two favorite teams. Yeah. I like Ole. I actually like Ole. Other bad guys like, yo, I'm a rate and respect Bobby Reed, Maps, Andre Gay, Loyal Soldiers. Maps at a general. Jason Hall, I don't buy this crap about logistics as crap. West Ham sent players to South America, but the Argentine Football Federation ensure they're first class, not business class. Howard Mullings, he is not because he is selfish if he doesn't get a result. Yeah. Telly Lee Gray, we can't question Mariapa Grant and Roof commitment to Jamaica and others. Mattox is who we need to call up. He is in serious form. He's looked good, but I don't think he's gotten into second gear just yet. Brazil to England, yeah. Wesley Hill says, big up Simon for real. Who are the players missing now? Is Damien Lowe in camp? Yeah. Teddy Gray, Bobby, and Jamal Lowe. A Jamaica team, this, we must can. So those, no, we're not going to get no fake passports. FIFA will fine us and give us points deductions, Tito Williams says, why does the JFF get away with mediocrity? Yeah, there needs to be better accountability. You're right. There has to be. Much better. I have to take ownership for certain things. That has to be a priority. If not, then it just doesn't make sense, though, does it? I think Casey Palmer can replace DJ. He can, but can you sort out a PCR test and a flight for him? Like now? Like now? And even then, he's going to arrive hours before kickoff. Maps at the general been loyal. Maps has only missed Gold Cup 2017 and Gold Cup 2019, and both were due to injury. Apart from that, he has been ever loyal, ever present to the national program since his debut in 2012. When is the JFF presidential election? 2023. What about moving Powell to midfield alongside Watson and Speedy? No. Reese Oxford looked good in a back three against Dortmund. Yeah, I saw the game. Jota says we're putting all the blame on the Jefa because they're the weak offense. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Getting a phone call from O'Neill Meredith, guys. 1 second, the football analyst. Yo, big boss. What's up, boss? Mm-hmm. Comment here. Yeah. David Moyes tell him to stay put. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Europa League, them need two more wins in Europa League to go around the 32 and every money bonus and this and that. So yeah. Mhm. No. I don't think so, honestly. You're on the right path in terms of thinking and for sure. Yeah. Mm. It was. Mhm. Yeah. Ethan Pinnock from Brentford. Yeah. And Liam Moore, him injured already. Yeah. Daniel Johnson. Yeah. Right. Boza is there. Yeah, man. Yeah, the quality is there. The only concern is midfield for me. Yeah. Mhm. Right. So Roy Simpson said by tomorrow we should know if anybody going to call up like a Mattox or Nico Brett from USL. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. No problem, bro. Yeah, man. Cool. That's football analyst O'Neill Meredith preparing for an interview. You see, sometimes you have to help out people. Sometimes, guys, get them information. So let's continue with the comments, shall we? Romario Cohen. Why hasn't JFF posted about the absentees on their socials? They sent out a press release. They sent out a press release. Sam, what do you think about Cavaliers right back Ming? Yeah, looks good. Simon does seem competent, so that's a legitimate question. What is the question, guys? Comments are moving so fast. So please, I beg of you, repeat the question. Bro, put your phone on speaker or tell the man call back. You're no nosy, You're no nosy, bad. Why don't we have persons waiting in the wing, Simon, like what you did with a couple of your videos who was on the highway airport? I get what you're saying here. They didn't think about that. Yes, Mariap is in the squad. Simon, on a serious note, do you think that you would have a realistic shot in the 2023 election if you threw your hat in because you need to pursue this? Honestly, I'm not ready. And the reason is you first have to be affiliated to a club, and after that, my parish association, which is Kasafa. So, everything in time, my friend. Everything in time. Everything in time. I believe, I believe in life that nothing happens before its time. From the bottom of my heart, I believe that. And I know for a fact that if or when this opportunity presents itself, then my first interest would not be my ego, but for the love of my country. And I don't want no xenophobia because I know exactly what some people are going to say. Yo, this white man taking charge of football and him I gonna make all of them English born player them come when I got local ball and other team and this and that and that. Let me tell you guys something right now. For me, the best team takes the field. The best team. And if I can help my coaching staff to secure passports of all eligible players, I'm making my job easier for the coaching staff so that I can say, okay, we have Keita Taylor Hart has a Jamaican passport. Okay, Nations League is coming up. We can give the man him debut. Okay, we have a passport for Malachi Sharp. He's 17. Next year, he might get a bus. You guys know that already. You guys know that. I'm telling you guys. In time. In time. And I've made my thoughts extremely clear about the manager. Very clear. And I know you guys saw that video about where I said I am a Tapa fan. That video was in response to comments that were made about me saying that I didn't like the coach. I didn't say I didn't like the coach. I said I had an issue with waiting 5 years before giving a dozen debut to players, amongst other things. And I said to you that if the World Cup qualifiers didn't start immediately after the Gold Cup, then I would have been the first person, the very first person in line to tell you it's time for a change. But guess what? I didn't want to have any changes because we've had so many different elements come into the picture. But I can tell you this right now. If we get 0 points from the next 3 games, you guys are free to say anything you want. The next 3 games, if 0 points are accumulated, say anything you want. Say anything you want about the head coach. Next 3 games, 0 points. Call for Andrew Edwards. Call for Darren Moore. Call for Davian Ferguson. Call for Michael Johnson. Call for Joby McAnuff. Call for Mariappa. Call for Chris Powell. Call for whoever you want. But look, right now, our focus has to be on the 3 games. Let's get these 3 games some positive results. If we can do that, if we can get some positive results, it can ease the pressure. So take out this Tapa out, Tapa in division. We're all Jamaicans right now. Let's get something against the Americans. Because guys, let me tell you something. They watch these videos. They watch your comments. They do. I'm telling you as a fact. They read every single one of your comments. Every single one of your comments. You don't think Haka say what you guys say about him every week? You guys don't think that Damien Lowe sees what you guys say every single week? They read the comments. Dr. Joyful, I'm not disagreeing with you. But guess what? There's nothing that is going to happen right now about it. So, if you can't do anything about a situation, what do? Move on from it. I think we can get some points in this window. Like I said, I want minimum 4 points in this window. Be a blessing, I agree. He came in 2016 and he's been at the helm now for 5 years and 1 month. 5 years and 1 month. And guess what? We still have players in the wings that haven't got their debuts for Jamaica as yet, like Kevin Stewart and Jordan Cousins. Still players that haven't gotten their debut for Jamaica as yet. And like I said, we had 2 Gold Cups, 2 Nations Leagues, a Caribbean Cup, and friendlies. Oh yes, Haka is reading your comments steadily, Gray. Haka, Maps, Damien Lowe, Bobby Reed, sorry, Dexter Daps. You want me to go on? I can list 5 other reggae boys that watches this channel. Shamar Nicholson, Andre Blake, Taxi, Blair Tergot, Andre Gray. They read your comments. And I can tell you, some reggae boys are watching this right now. So go ahead. I know 2 reggae boys watching this right now. So go ahead. Go ahead. Comment on Haka. Comment on Damien Lowe. Comment on Maps. Comment on Javane Brown. Go on. Make your feelings be known because they read and they see all of it. And I want nothing but the best for them. I would be absolutely over the moon if we bust them Americans on Thursday. I would be so happy. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to the game. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's get some points on the board, guys. Raise the roof for Kamar Roof because we are on a roll. Reggae Boys fans, thank you so much for tuning into Reggae Boys commentary. More videos to come, match preview tomorrow. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys commentary for more content. Take care, lads. We'll be in touch. More to come. Any new players in the squad? I will be letting you know. Dejanay Samuels, I never ever said that he was not the problem. I never ever said that he was not the problem. Okay? Let me be extremely clear. If the World Cup qualifiers did not immediately follow the Gold Cup, you would have heard me singing a different tune. No, I've said what I've had to say. You guys all know who I want to be the man in the hot seat for Jamaica. Every single one of you know who that is already. Every single one of you know who I desire. It's not Joby McAnuff, even though I do think that there's a role for him moving forward. On Maps, you guys know exactly who I want. If you've been subscribers of this channel since 2016, you guys would know who I desire. A man that has represented our country before. So, can't believe you guys don't remember. You guys are loyal subscribers to the channel. You guys are loyal subscribers to the channel, so you guys know who I desire to sit in the hot seat. Come on, guys. You guys have good memory. Belgium boy. No, I never said I wanted Roberto Martinez to be head coach of Jamaica. No, I said it's someone that has represented Jamaica before. And René Moyes gave him his debut back in 1999. There you go. I've spoken about Big Dave already. No, not Gordon. It's Big Dave. Big Dave, but guess what? Big Dave is not ready yet. So, for now, I'm throwing all my support behind Tapa until it's mathematically impossible to qualify for the World Cup. I still believe that we can finish 4th. I said before the qualifiers that 4th is where to finish in the octagon, and I maintain as well that fourth is where I think we'll finish. And when we get into the intercontinental playoffs, whether it's New Zealand, Uzbekistan, or one of Uruguay, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Bolivia, Venezuela, I back ourselves. What about John Barnes? Guys, I'll repeat again. If there's nothing that you can do about a situation, leave it. But you know what you can do? You can throw your support to the players because they can feel it. And that is what I urge you to do. Throw your support to the players. So, Battlefield, you would want to change the coach now, bring in somebody new as we get set to face El Salvador and USA. And this new coach takes 2-3 games to get his team settled. And we end up in the middle of January where every game is going to be must win from there on in. And that new coach is going to come with new ideas, new players. And the same fans are going to be out there. Well, where is Jamal Lowe? Well, where is Shamar Nicholson? Well, where is Corey Burke? Because a new coach is going to have a new philosophy and new ideas and things. And in his mind, he's going to see different players that he wants to utilize. We saw that with Winfred Schaefer, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Guess what? Winfred Schaefer also needed time. He came in at the back end of the qualifiers where every game from there and in was a must win. Yes, we drew at Panama. And yes, we also drew with Costa Rica, but we lost that crucial game to the Americans and the campaign was done and dusted from there on in. Crystal Star, club football is different to international football. And again, we only have 11 games left. 11 games left. 11 games left. So let's say Tapa goes these 3 games and there's still 0 points from those 3 games. Then we have 8 games left. That new coach comes in and new players comes in and his new style and philosophy comes in. The November window finishes and we have 6 games in the new year. Every game in that new year now turns to must win. Affordability. That's another element. Andrew Edwards is somebody that I do believe can sit back in the national program too. Can we afford him? TCI is giving him really good money. Miguel Coley, forget him. He's getting Arab money right now. We can't afford $1 million Jamaican dollars a week to give a coach. And that's what all these coaches are going to demand right now as a minimum. So tell me now, who are you going to give the job to? Davian Ferguson? Karumi Huey? Who? Simon, you could do a better job than Tapa, trust me. I appreciate your encouragement. Somebody recommended Paul Hall. Paul Hall's first priority is Queen's Park Rangers, not the Reggae Boys. His first priority is the Reggae Boys. He is not leaving. What he's getting at Queen's Park Rangers is a salary. What he's getting with Jamaica is like a stipend. But you want to bring back Jeffrey Maxwell. Do you even know what type of state Jeffrey Maxwell is in right now? Jeffrey Maxwell is in a home, okay? Jeffrey Maxwell is not doing well. So do not talk things that you don't know. Jeffrey Maxwell is fortunate to be alive right now. I saw this guy last year and it brought tears to my eyes to see how much he has deteriorated. So please do not talk things that you don't know. I respect this man for all that he has done on the pitch and off the pitch, but don't talk things that you don't know. Jeffrey Maxwell is not in a pleasant state right now. Think, please, before you speak. Really? You're going to go with Bradley Stewart? If Bradley Stewart can remember where he lives, you think that he's going to remember where Jamal Lowe plays on a football field? I had to drop Bradley Stewart home one day after we were commentating a football match, and he couldn't remember the street that he lived on. Had to call his wife to help. I'm being serious, guys. It's not a joking matter. Guys, think before you speak. Next thing you guys are going to say Renaissance Moyes, right? And somebody's going to say, let's bring Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson nearly died last year. Year before last. 2018. Jason Hall says Neville Burtis Bell. Neville Burtis Bell is not interested in that position, sir. I am sure sports. The comments are stressing you. I can feel it. It's not stress, but I think people need to know that there are certain individuals that one are not coaching right now and one the circumstances that they're currently in. So I think it's important that people know. People need to know. People need to know the circumstances. I didn't say that we don't have a coach on the island better than Tapa. I've spoken about Andrew Edwards, but he's not going to come for peanuts. I highly rate David Ferguson, but right now he's proven at a high school level. He's done things at youth level coaching wise for clubs, but I don't think he's ready just yet. Yeah, you guys gonna pay Bruce Arena salary? Or we're gonna create a GoFundMe page to pay Bruce Arena. And Bruce Arena is in the same age bracket as Bradley Stewart, by the way. If I ever showed you a picture of what Jeffrey Maxwell looks like, all I would know would I cry the living eye water to see what Jeffrey Maxwell has come to. I'm surprised Jeffrey Maxwell even remembered my name. When I saw him, he says, "Oh, I can't talk long. I have to go and watch Red Stripe Premier League today." This is during the pandemic. No Premier League was being played. And he says, "Oh, I have to go to Premier League." So that shows that his mind gone. Wes Morgan is building his brand and is getting his qualifications. But in terms of right now, guys, get behind the team because positives, there's still quality. There's still goals in the team. My only concern is the midfield. I am sure Sports has Andrew Edwards, Rudolph Speed, Miguel Coley. That is it if there's no turnaround after these 3 games. Rudolph Speed is in the technical committee. I don't think he'll be the head coach. Andrew Edwards is an option. He has a contract with the Turks and Caicos Football Association until 2022. I don't foresee him leaving. And Miguel Coley is earning Arab money, so you guys can forget about Miguel Coley anytime soon because that man is earning 8-figure salary in Jamaican currency. No. 7 figures in Jamaican currency. Put it that way. That man is not coming back anytime soon. That man is sleeping literally in money. Bibic Gardner for head coach. He just moved to England and he's working on his qualifications. Why would Antonio waste his time with Jamaica? Joke thing. Bare excuse I make for Tapa. Excuse. I'm letting you know the situation as it relates to coaches on the island. That is what I'm doing. I'm not bypassing Craig Butler's comment, but the JFF will not consider him for a head coach position. John Barnes is not going to come back for peanuts. When he comes back, he's going to demand a car, a house. Remember, Paul Hall just comes for international matches. He doesn't live here. His primary duties is Queen's Park Rangers. Only international duty, he's with Jamaica. How much is Tapa getting paid? Tapa is getting 750,000 Jamaican dollars a month. I'm sure sports says we can still beat the USA. That is a positive. Yes, it is. I still believe that there's quality to get a result. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Tapa is on 750,000 Jamaican a month. Yeah. I believe the government assists with a portion of it. That is what I understand. The amount of money is wasted on... You said it! Because I do believe that there are many, many aspects that Samuels is not easy at all. But anyways, guys, get behind the team, the players. They can feel the comments. Devar, I'm not saying that there was a failure to plan, because there was. Because clearly, when you came into office in 2017, you knew what you were building towards, and this is the president and GenSec, so you know that qualifiers were going to come down the road. Yeah. Let's end this video on a positive, guys. We can beat the Americans. We have the ability to. We have goals in the team. And we're in Texas, where you'll have some Jamaicans. The journey, guys, is just begun, because we haven't even played a quarter of our campaign as yet. Reggae Boyz fans, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. Take care.